Okay. And then we'll just flip back and forth to build some stuff. All right, our battle report of the week. Let's take a look at the most recent. Let's take a look at this first. Because I used a slightly different formation for this attack here because of where the wolves were located. To help try to minimize my losses and avoid as much aggro on that corner as possible. And it fairly well did the trick. We only had a few losses, so 1 archer and 4 pikemen lost. So I think if I use my normal attack, I probably will have lost more. I'm thinking. I'm going to stick to that anyway. But yeah, so that was that. Of course, we'll take a look at Mrs. EB. So we got Snake and Wolf attacks. Wolf attacks. Village cap. Village cap. And Mrs. EB attacking the wolf. So we want to look at Mrs. EB's report. Because this is sort of an accidental attack, I think. So almost like I did on a snake's castle. So we'll save that one for last. Okay. So I did want to see, let's see what this one is. A pillage. I'm curious to see how long it takes me to do the damage in there. Catapult's done. Thank you, tunnelers. They just go. Okay, now they're starting to dig up. Digging that one up, they did. They're digging some more. Whatever blocks them from getting in works for me. And we have successfully defended ourselves. Excellent. But you can see how the weaving and moats and that kind of stuff help defend because it blocks them from getting in there. You take them down one at a time. Nice. All right. So good. That was a defense there. So this one, not quite as much. Stone Quarry destroyed in Bordonius. Typical Ransack. Not much we can do. Close, close, close. Yes, I know, Ransack. We got that rebuilt anyway. Then the snake, surprisingly enough, is done, did quite a few ransacks against us here. Small shrine. See, again, if we had more, if I had the maximum number of defenders out here like I do my other villages, we probably would have successfully defended against this ransack. We just can't kill enough of them in the time that we need. But it is what it is, what it is. Another ransack here. Large shrine destroyed by Lane. Got that one, of course. The pig attacked Blimmin, but we had no buildings that could be destroyed. So we didn't have enough buildings built in Blimmin at the time for the ransack to be successful. So that's always nice. And you can see pretty much no defenses. So he pretty much hit not too long after we captured this thing. Although not too long after we captured and the interdiction ran out. Because I did have this interdicted the first couple of days here. Although I think it ran out in between time. So this is when the pig is. Yes. Okay, I'll be up in a minute. As you can see, there's no defenses on this thing whatsoever. So, hey, we got honor and nothing bad happened at the end of the day. And now the pig is gone, so we don't even have to worry about him. So, Hunter's Hut destroyed here. BJ Grocers. Again, as you can see, it's the ransacks always seem to come against these villages that don't have enough defenders. I'm going to have to watch every battle report now, I think, that the snake hits to see if there are any ransacks that we do defend against. Show them for next week's, as part of next week's battle report. But yeah, there we go. Just, you know, just the law of numbers there, unfortunately. Pig attack. This time he did get our vegetable farm in Blimmin, unfortunately. As you can see, the defense is a little bit more built up, however. So yeah, not much we can do there. Not much at all. Let's take a look at the snake attacking us here in Beiding for a quick pillage. As you can see, this might as well be a ransack for how quick the pillage timer is. As you can see, we got a lot more defenders. So let's see how this turns out here. We just got a minus 200 ticks from the timer. So right now the ransack would be down to almost 800. It would be like 820, 810, be 800 now. So if this was a ransack, we obviously would have defended ourselves against it because we've got a lot more defenders. So yeah. So more than likely, a lot of the attacks I don't watch here that we defend against could be more ransacks in there now. They split up 3 ways here. Let's see how this goes. So, figure if this was another ransack, we would just have to minus 300 ticks from the timer here. Let's see how it goes. I think we have defended ourselves against that ransack as well. Yep. And finally, Baba. Let's see what happens here in Baba. This is a slightly longer pillage. Again, we can get a good feel for the ransack here. If we minus 600 from the timer at the end of the battle here. So that ransack would have gotten through. minus 600 there. So that ransack would have been successful. Again, as you can see, you look at the fewer number of defenders, that's what makes the difference, unfortunately. So hopefully, once we can get the parish armies back in action, I can use my own village armies for defense there, and that should hopefully help a bit. Well, let's get on to us attacking Mackenzie here. Nothing really fancy here at all. Had about, I think, a 35-second delay on the capture here, if I recall, when I sent this out. Not even needed. In and done. Captured. 12.8 million honor cost, but well worth the effort. Well worth the effort to lock up another spawn point here in the village, or in the parish. So obviously there's a spawn point there, spawn point there, spawn point there. Probably another spawn point up along this side here, I would imagine. And probably a spawn point here as well. So there's probably 2 more spawn points left unaccounted for in the village right now. So we'll see. Maybe we can lock some more of those up in the future. We'll see. But that's that. You know, let's get into blooming and get building here. So we need to build food. I completely forgot about that. So let's get the food resources built here. Let's get through the pig farm in 2760. I think is max, right? 2760. Yep. So we'll go 2760. So we'll go right there in front. So we'll build that. Let's go ahead and watch Mrs. EB do her attack on the Wolf's Castle with 30 catapults, 110 pikemen, 135 archers. Let's take a look. Looks like this was already hit once. So not a huge wolf castle like the wall wolf or the water wolf. Well, this is actually more of an upper mid-sized wolf's castle here. More along the lines of like the water wolf. Tough to beat still. A lot of defenders, but not a lot of walls to punch through, which helps. The tower is down. Just a matter of getting either through the gatehouse or through the moat. Gatehouse is now down. A lot of spike traps, of course. And she's in, and she wins. So I think, I forget exactly what the story was, but this was sort of like an accidental. She used the wrong formation, or something to that effect. Sort of like I did when I attacked the Snake's Castle several months ago. I used my wolf lair formation because I was attempting to attack a wolf lair. Instead, I attacked the Snake's Castle. But there we go, Mrs. EB, the real commander, the real power behind Knight's Hospitaller. Now that Megan's not here, Mrs. EB, she does all the grunt work. So I have to thank her, and of course, as always, thank Megan for what Megan did for us in Knight's Hospitaller all these past months and really over a year here that we've been doing these streams and have been a part of Knight's Hospitaller and all that. So Mrs. EB taking up the mantle here of doing all the legwork, while I sit here as a figurehead. In the meantime, let's go ahead and attack this guy. We'll get rid of him. And we will call this show in and done. It's time to go play in the pool and make some dinner, and we'll catch everybody next week. So thanks for stopping by, Kat. Thanks for stopping by, Taz, Mrs. EB, and everybody else who stopped by the stream today for our Alonian Adventures and our Double Island Mayhem. It is, as always, much appreciated, everybody. We will catch you next week for more Double Island Adventures here. So let's go ahead and launch this. And launch attack. Go. Go ahead and switch out here. And I will say again, Thank you, everybody. Be sure I can't move bot this out in chat, but again, always check the descriptions and in the highlight of this video on Twitch. Oh, there it is. Okay, MooBot is back. Yay, MooBot's alive. But yes, there is our link to our Designed by Human store. Like I said, also check the highlight of this video on Twitch and check the description on YouTube for the link to our store where you can get awesome RMG gaming merchandise as well as other stuff, original artwork and photography as well. And yeah, extra life information as well. So be sure to help us out. If anyone can make a donation, the donation links are below as well. Live stream window as well as the highlights of this video and the description on YouTube. We got flags. We got flags are up. Thanks everybody. And BJ Waller saying until next time, I will see you in game.